All right, today we're going to talk about, or at least in this video, we are going to talk about function operations. All righty? We can add, we can subtract, we can multiply, and we can divide. Now, we can also do composition of functions. That we're going to talk about in another video. We're going to concentrate on adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing functions. Now, all we're talking about is taking one function and adding it with another, or subtracting them, or multiplying, or dividing them. That's it. Okay? So it sounds complicated, but it's really not. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we have f of x equals 4x plus 7, and g of x equals square root of x plus x. Okay? Two separate functions. Okay? Let's see if we can add them together. So we want to take f plus g. We want to add them. So that's what we do. We add them and we combine like terms. Now, since we're adding them, I didn't really need the parentheses, but I wrote them because I want you to understand that we're taking this quantity and adding it with this quantity. Okay? So I have 4x plus x. I'm combining like terms. That's it. 5x. Can I add the 7 in the square root of x? No. So plus 7 plus square root of x. Now, can I do anything else with that? No, I can't. That's the problem with adding and subtracting functions, is students try to jam stuff together and come up with their own math rules. Okay? Right now, that is our answer. Now, what happens if we want to subtract them? We want to subtract f minus g. Okay, same thing. 4x plus 7 minus square root of x plus x. Again, we're subtracting the whole quantity here, so we have to distribute the negative. Minus x. Combine like terms, 4x minus x, 3x plus 7 minus square root of x. And that is as simple as you can get with adding and subtracting those functions. Okay? Let's look at multiplying and dividing. Let's say f of x is x squared minus 9, and g of x is x plus 3. And now what we want to do is we want to multiply f times g. Okay, let me clean that up a little bit. F times g. All right, so that's what we do. X squared minus 9 times x plus 3. Now here we can use the double distribution or basic FOIL, right? X squared times x cubed, plus 3x squared, minus 9x, minus 27. Take a look. Do we have any like terms we can combine? No, we don't. So boom, man, there's your answer. All right? That's multiplying. Now, let's go to a different color. Let's divide. Okay, we want to divide f divided by g. Now here's the thing about dividing. When we're dividing, we want to factor anything that can be factored. So let's take a look. F of x, x squared minus 9, g of x, x plus 3. Well, the numerator factors, because it's a difference of two squares, to x plus 3, x minus 3, over x plus 3. Now, do we have anything we can simplify? Can we cancel anything out? Sure. We can simplify there and there. So we have x plus 3 is our answer. Now, there is also a little tricky part in here, and that's in terms of what the domain is. We will have restrictions in the domain, and I'm going to talk about that in a separate video because that would make this video a little bit too long. So if I asked you to multiply or divide, that's what you do. I'm also going to ask you to give me the domain, okay? And I'll talk about that in a separate video. All right? So let's move on. Let's do another example. Say we've got g of x equals 4. H of x is 3x plus 1. And I want to multiply g times h. All right, so let's do it. 3x squared minus 11x minus 4 times 3x plus 1. Here, we have to just distribute 9x cubed, okay, plus 3x squared minus 33x squared minus 11x minus 12x minus 4. Okay, we have 3 terms, 2 terms, okay? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up with 6 terms. So that's a little checkpoint I told you about. So we know we've multiplied all the terms out. Now we need to look for like terms. Well, do I have any other cubed terms? No. 9x cubed, that one's done. But look here, I got a couple quadratic terms. So 3 minus 33 is negative 30x squared. And those are done. Here I have negative 11x minus 12x, so negative 23x. Those are done. And our lone constant minus 4. So that would be our answer in terms of multiplying g times x. All right, now let's look at dividing. Let's go with blue here. So now we want to take g divided by h. So we've got 3x squared minus 11x minus 4 divided by 3x plus 1. Well, can we factor the bottom? No, it's fine. Can we factor the top? Sure. Okay, looks like we're going to get 3x plus 1, x minus 4. Okay, let's check that real quick. Negative 12 plus 1, negative 11, that works. Over 3x plus 1. Can we simplify? Yes, sirree, Bob, we can. Those cancel. We get x minus 4. That is our result. Okay? So if we're dividing g divided by h, our answer is x minus 4. Just a simple linear binomial. Now, as I said earlier, There are some things that we have to consider, and that is domain. And again, I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video. Okay? So that is adding, subtracting, and multiplying and dividing functions. All right?